everybody, it's Becky. I'm back today with a video I did not plan to make, and usually when those things happen, it's things that are going on in my own life or things that I've been struggling with or things that I've wanted to share with you guys because it helped me in some way or something like that. So this video definitely falls into that category. I really don't have any notes of what I want to say except for an article that I want to share with you first, and I did plan to share the article with you. I didn't know what to do with it after I would read it to you. I didn't know what I wanted to say, but now I know, and it just occurred to me last night because of some things that I've been struggling with, and I keep thinking back about this article and how that I don't want to forget about this. I don't want to forget about what it says. I don't want to forget about the feeling that I have when I read it, and I wanted to share it with you guys in case you might be at a point in your life where you feel like you're struggling with being a mother, you feel overwhelmed, you feel pulled in too many different directions, as most mothers often do, and maybe you even feel like you're not able to enjoy your kids as much as you want to because you're so busy, or every time you clean something up, they're messing something up, or you don't know how to get the whole family involved in helping with chores, or you don't feel like there's enough time left in the day to spend quality time with your kids and your family. And for me, all that stuff has been going on. I mean, it's always a struggle to find quality time, not just being together doing stuff, but actual quality time that you're spending together, playing a game, going on a date, anything like that. And that's always a struggle, but for me lately, it's been really overwhelming, all the things that have been pulling me in so many different directions. I literally feel like some kind of a toy that's being stretched out as far as it can in all different directions, and eventually something's going to snap. I don't want that to happen, and I want to try to do as much as I can to simplify my life, to stop being so busy, and I think a lot of us feel the same way, but you maybe think, how do I do that? But before I kind of go into that, I wanted to read this article to you. I know that it's probably boring to have me sitting here just reading to you, but you don't have to watch, you can just listen. Go get a snack or a drink or something and listen, because it is really game-changing and really something to think about if you have not already thought about this. I did not write this article though. The topic of this video and the topic of this article is how to waste your motherhood. So this lady, her son had been sick and had to go to the ICU at the hospital. She said, so I wrote this post, and 12 hours later I was in an ambulance with our son Sam en route to the pediatric ICU. After watching Sam get 3 EpiPens and 2 steroid shots that were not working, I left the ER room and called my mom. I honestly thought that Sam might not make it. So many things go through your mind. Random, morbid, awful thoughts that no mom should ever have to think. But interestingly, the predominating thought was this one, this post that I had written the night before, because the truth is, I have many fears as a mother, strong, terrifying fears. But my greatest fear, the one that keeps me up at night, that tugged at my heart while Sam was in his little bed, was with tubes in his nose and hives on his chest. What if my little ones are gone and one day I blink and it's over and I have wasted it? Wasted this time, wasted their little years, wasted this chance at being a mom. I knelt by the bed and made all of these promises to myself and to God, that if he could be okay, I'd see it differently from now on. Well, I have this chance today, gratefully, thank the Lord, and so do you. It might sound odd or funny, but what helps me somehow prevent this horrible nightmare from becoming reality is to flip the scales. What would it look like to waste my motherhood, to squander those years, this gift of being called mom? I think I know how. Here's what I wrote yesterday that I know with my bones and breath today. Here's how to waste your motherhood. Always have a mental countdown going until something. Till bedtime, till school starts, till I'm not nursing, till I'm not pregnant, till our getaway. Keep reminding yourself that the good life is just around the corner. Stay inside as much as you can. You're tired, and those spur-of-the-moment outings and family excursions inside is safe and less work. When you're with your kids, always be mentally preoccupied with your work or projects. Be there, but not really there. Whatever you do, don't actually listen to their little stories, questions, and ideas. Don't apologize to your kids. Instead, stew over your failures for a good long time until you're convinced what a bad mom you are. Feel really annoyed every time someone gets sick. Make sure the TV is on a lot. Avoid snuggles, avoid back scratches, avoid stories and prayers. Whine a lot publicly. Never mind the ripe opportunities for loving, for serving, for snagging their little hearts while they're quiet and still. Get really fixated on one of your kids' issues. Remind yourself that you have to fix it or else. Let it consume everything, your free time, your marriage, your friendships. Consult your friend Google frequently. Do it alone. Make sure your husband knows how overworked, stressed out, and discontent you are. Make sure he understands you are the only one who can do things right anyhow. Remember that breakdowns and chronic health issues and debilitating depression are totally normal. Just ignore it and press on through. At all costs, avoid counseling and medication, because good moms don't need those. Don't take time to relax, to heal, or to be healthy. Be a martyr and make sure everyone can see how tired and frazzled you are. Get real annoyed anytime something isn't perfect, especially birthday parties and vacations. Spend large amounts of time and energy on keeping these things just the way you envision. Always stay on the schedule. Plan lots of things and get real stressed out when no one is ready on time. Always be doing something, going somewhere. Strive to maintain an impeccable home at all costs, especially avoiding indoor forts, Play-Doh, kids helping you bake, and any kind of science experiment. Whatever you do, don't get sucked into those awful time wasters of board games, bedtime talks, and pointless nature walks. Make sure that email account stays good and checked. Above all else, keep your iPhone very close. This little device is your lifeline. Bring it everywhere and be sure to pick it up the very moment you become bored. Set up notifications and loud ones so you don't miss anything. Feel stressed when a child distracts you with one of their questions. Now that you've read this list, and of course you get it, all of my years of motherhood haven't been one dismal failure, and neither have yours. Like you, I've done some of it wrong and some of it right. But I can tell you this too. Today, in a doggy wallpaper hospital room, I was given a tremendous gift. Yes, the gift of life. I watched my brave little boy fight and recover, and for that we are inexpressibly grateful. But also another gift. The gift of sight. Teach us, O Lord, to number our days that we may gain a heart of wisdom. I really feel like that's a powerful article. There's so many things on that list that I have been guilty of, and maybe there's things on that list that you've been guilty of too. I think for me, the thing about having to have a perfect house and trying to avoid things that are going to make a mess, like painting and Play-Doh and things like that, because I get stressed out when my environment is not clean and organized. And so it's a vicious cycle because I feel like, okay, I can let the house slide to spend more time with my kids, but then I'm stressed out when I'm with them because the house is a mess, or I'm watching it get made messier by whatever we're doing. So I really struggle with that one. I don't know if you struggle with any of these or all of these. I just wanted to share this with you because I feel very overwhelmed. I feel like I've got way too many things going on, and time is going way too fast. And I know they say when you get older, time seems to go faster, but I think part of that is self-inflicted because we find so many things to busy our lives with, whether they're intentional or unintentional. Our lives are just so busy now, and there's got to be something that's different between this generation and generations from before. I mean, people have always been busy, people have always had jobs, but it wasn't this crazy, frenzied rat race that it is now. In my own life, what is causing this? What is the source of all this crazy, frantic busyness that has taken over our lives and cut into our family time and basically our sanity? I mean, you get stressed out when there's all these different things coming at you and you never feel like you can keep up. And I have been guilty of the till whatever syndrome. I just need to get past this week so that I can get this big project done with, or I can get this thing organized and move on to the next thing. And that makes life go too fast. That makes life less enjoyable. That makes things crazy and frantic and frenzied. And before you know it, the week is gone, and the next week, and the weeks and weeks add up, and the next thing you know, the kids are going to be grown, and are they going to remember that I was there and present and happy for them? Or are they going to remember the fact that I was always running around frazzled trying to get the house clean or trying to organize something? Or I don't want them to remember me that way. And that doesn't mean that I don't have to clean and they don't have to help, because they do, and I still have to clean. And I need to figure out a way to strike that balance because, like I said, my sanity really relies on having an organized and non-chaotic space. I can't stand it when there's messes places. I can't stand it when things are unorganized. I can't stand it when you can't find something. And so that is a struggle that I need to figure out, and that needs to be a journey that I need to really delve into going on and figuring out a balance for that, because my kids are almost 6 and 12. By the grace of God, I've got plenty of time to spend with them at home. But it's kind of like the author of this said. I mean, she just kind of assumed she had all the time in the world to spend with her son. And then when he was sick, she actually realized that no, she's not promised tomorrow with her son. None of us are promised tomorrow. I don't want this to be morbid. I don't want it to be a depressing video. It is kind of a sad topic, but I want to try to approach it from an optimistic way. Like the author said, to see this video as an opportunity for change and for sight, instead of focusing on how depressing it could be to think maybe I wasted the first however many years of my kid's life, or maybe I've wasted all those little moments. That there's still time to make changes. There's still time to turn the corner and do things with them while they're little. And even if you have older kids, to still have a relationship with them and continue to grow a relationship with them, and maybe your grandkids down the road. Just to not waste your life, and to not waste your life with your kids and as a family. And I think just because we're so busy, it's so easy to do that. And I don't want to do that, and I don't want you all to do that. I want you to have happy lives where you don't feel crazy and overwhelmed all the time. We're gonna feel overwhelmed, but just there's a difference between feeling overwhelmed and small little pockets of time and just feeling overwhelmed all the time. That's not healthy for anybody. So I've had some people ask me what my goals are for 2016. I'm still working on my current 2016. I don't want to call it resolutions. I don't know. I don't like the word resolution, but I do have a long list of goals and things that I want to accomplish personally, as a family, spiritually, and in my home. I have a whole list of things, and I might share that in a separate video. But consider this video my #1 priority for 2016, my #1 goal for 2016 and beyond. Not to sound like Buzz Lightyear, but is to figure out how to slow time down, how to slow it down. I've got to slow it down. My baby is almost 6. She's not a baby anymore. And my oldest is almost 12. She's entering the tween years, or whatever they call it now. I don't know what they call it, but it's something goofy like that. And I want to make sure that I'm there for them the way that each of them need me to be. They need me for different reasons. They need me in different ways. And I want to make sure that I am not just a crazy nut job that's always stressed out and too busy to spend. I mean, I spend time with them. We spend time together. We do things together. But I want to do more. I want to spend more time together. And I want to be more present when we're together. I feel like this is a very scattered video. I don't mean for it to be. It's just, this is what happens when I don't have notes. I'm kind of like all over the place. This is really important to me, and that is my main priority for 2016. I've got lots of other really important things that I want to do in 2016 with my marriage and with my relationship with God and physically and mentally and in my home and all those things. But honestly, this is really the most important thing to me, is slowing down, spending more time with my kids, spending more time as a family, and having a quality amount of time with them. You'll likely see more videos kind of along this theme, slowing down time, ways to not be so busy, incorporating more fun into our homeschool day. That's important to me too, because I want to make sure that we don't get so in a schedule that we just get into a rut and it's boring and it's the same thing and it's the same thing every day. To incorporate more fun in that, because we spend a lot of time together homeschooling. So I want it to be educational, but I want it to be fun too. You'll maybe see some videos of how to minimize the time I spend cleaning, or maybe a new cleaning routine, or maybe a video kind of showing what we've changed up for our kids' chores to include them in the process of simplifying our life and organizing our life. Unplugging from cell phones and things like that. We're likely to see videos popping up here and there kind of with that same theme in mind of stopping to enjoy the life that you have now with your kids, and not being so busy and stressed out and overworked and overwhelmed, because that's not good for anybody. I want God to look down on us as a people and be proud of His creation. I want Him to look down on me and be proud of me and the opportunity that He's given me to be a mother, and that I'm not wasting it and squandering it away. And He knows that in my heart I need to have a sense of order and a clean home and things like that. But I really am going to rely on Him to help me through this process, to help me with my patience, to help me let go of the things that really don't matter, to help me be able to prioritize my day so that I'm getting the things done that need to be done, that help me keep my head clear and sane, but still be able to spend quality time with my kids and my husband and as a family. So one more thing I want to say, and again, this is not meant to be depressing, it's meant to give you hope and encouragement. But like the lady said in the article, how she always assumed that she had the next day to spend with her kid, and so she was kind of wishing away all the days until bedtime. And then once her child was sick, she realized that she was wasting all that time and that she wasn't promised tomorrow, and that if he was able to be healed and go back home again, that she would change the way that she was living her life as a mother. And how many times have we done that? You pray for something to happen, or you wish for something to happen, and you think, God, if you just let this happen, I'll never do whatever such and so again. And then as soon as your prayer gets answered, you forget. You might even forget to say thank you at all, but then you forget that you made that promise, and you forget after a while what that feeling was like of being desperate and hopeless and praying for another chance to make things different. And I don't want to forget that feeling, and not in a depressing way. I don't want to forget that feeling in a hopeful way, that it's like the Bible verse says, our days are numbered, knowing they're numbered, but not being depressed by it, but being motivated by it, to live our best life, to work towards having the best family we can have, being the best mother and the best wife and the best person that we can be. Letting that be what motivates us, instead of just letting bedtime for our kids motivate us, or that next minute we get alone to motivate us, because we're wishing our lives away, we're not getting to enjoy it the way that God intended, and you're probably not happy with your life the way it is if that's what you're doing, and we've all been guilty of it. So I hope this makes sense, and I hope it's not too unorganized and kind of all over the place. I feel unorganized and all over the place right now. So maybe that wasn't a good time to film a video about something that I feel this passionately about, but I didn't want to write down notes because I didn't want to script myself and have to keep looking back at paper to see what I wanted to say. I wanted to let everything come from my heart so that you understand, and maybe you're able to see how authentically moved I was by this article, how that stuff has happened to me in my life, where I've thought, God, please, if you just let this happen, I'll do such and so, and then you forget. I don't want to forget. I don't want you to forget. So please let me know in the comments if this helped you in any way, if you have any thoughts about this, if maybe you're struggling with some of the same things that were in the article, or other things that maybe weren't mentioned. I think we've all been guilty of that. And I hope that the videos that come from this video are helpful to you as well. So make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss any of those or any of the other videos that I make. Whatever you feel like, whatever's on your heart, leave them down below. Yeah, I think that's it. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.